Alright, welcome back to another game. Today we're going to be talking about building techniques for especially building rooms to rent in the early game. That's the economy that I go for. Plus, they've released a couple new updates, adding straw. You can also name your characters right here. But Grand Poobah is perfect. We're going to keep that. I really love the Tavern update aspects. However, I like to make sure that my characters are all set and ready. They're fed, they're happy, they've got enough prestige before I ever think about opening the tavern. I'm really excited for some of the content updates that are coming out. As I said, they release straw. You can feed your animals, assuming they start building stuff. However, I'm really excited for the new biomes. I don't exactly know what they're going to add, but gotta be something like mud. If we have mud, we can maybe have clay. Oh yeah, you could have a cute little pottery arc, sell your pottery. Oh, that'd be so cute, what the heck? They're also adding crossbows, which is going to be really exciting. They already have that, but you have to like loot them from people. They're also going to be adding wolves, so I think you could probably tame them. It's kind of like having a dog. 3 monster species, new races. The peaceful mode, I'm really excited for the peaceful mode because that's going to allow more crafting. I hope they add a specific crafting mode, but peaceful mode will be just fine for now. So the way that you get straw in the game is by cutting down dense grass. Hurry up, slowpokes. Got a job to do. Starting off with number 1 is our bedroom. Alright, we start off with our 2x2. This is going to be a tier 1. We're just going to be focusing on tier 1 today. And don't forget to add the roof. So as you see, tier 1 bedroom. That is when we added the bed. It is 0 prestige for now because nothing is built. The higher the level that your characters are, the better prestige you will achieve by doing random tasks. And if the characters are doing the same task together, you will get more prestige that way as well. However, when we just first open up the game, I work on getting a roof over their head. When you click on the owner type, you'll see that the pickled shackles own this room. In order to keep proper prestige for each noble, they have to own something that reaches their desired prestige, which you can find under their tab. His ambition is 8, so he doesn't need a lot of prestige. However, he has 26 already, and that's just what he loaded in with, so he's probably going to be happy for a while. But because he is our king, we're going to give this to him, but not yet, because if we do that too early, the owner won't want to give up his bed. So if you ever run into that kind of problem, and you want to reassign a room, you'll have to dismantle the bed and rebuild it. To add more prestige, we're going to turn it into an apartment, which when each of my nobles has at least a tier 1 apartment in my game saves, I will give them a tier 1 bedroom, a tier 2 bedroom, tier 3 bedroom, and then I'll give my king usually the tier 4 bedroom to start out with because that will create our tier 4 chateau later on, but we're not ready for that yet. So we're gonna add boop and boop. And now it's a tier 1 apartment. The difference between an apartment and a cabin is a separate room. Same thing with a shack. You can just play with them. They don't really have that much different of prestige levels, so that's why I just go with a standard apartment until I want to turn it into a chateau. A tier 0 stockpile is a stockpile with nothing in it. That took me a while to figure out one day. We checked the prestige on all of our other nobles. They are pretty happy, except for Sip. Yeah, Sip is our prisoner because he wanted to leave, so we're going to keep him. We can get him back, but because he's our prisoner, I think I'm going to actually assign this tier 1 cabin to him. In order to make it a rambler, we need to add a dining room onto the side, but we need more chairs than what we would need for an apartment. Without anything really being built, it has a prestige of 4, but like I said, the more they build it, the more prestige that tier will be raised. So I'll hyperspeed that and show you as soon as we're done. If I was going to rent this room right away, I would go ahead and make it a tier 1 chateau because you can upsell it faster and more travelers will be coming through your kingdom. Now that we have the rambler taken care of, we'll go ahead and make it a chateau I'll just show you. Another 2x2 room. Oh. Boom, right? Just like that. Another stockpile in there. And there we have it, tier 1 chateau. In order to get a tier 2 chateau later on, one of your nobles has to have a building level of at least 3 in order to build the storage unit shelves. So if we set the owner type to SIP, or we lose the green ribbon that goes around, and our owner does not want to give it up, so he's not budging. But because this is now no longer the kingdom's property, it is SIP's property, his prestige will go up. But it doesn't go up very much because it's a blueprint. So we're gonna speed this up and I'll show you it right after it's done. Right. Have to take a little detour and beat up this guy real quick, but I think we might make him a prisoner as well. And it's already at a 77 prestige, so if we click on SIP, we'll see he's at an 86. This is day 2, and especially with this amount of nobles, we can have enough for an entire apartment complex, which is also a new addition to the update. All right, there you have it, a tier 2 chateau. This is something that I would use to rent out or eventually place my tavern in. Once I get this all established, I will designate jobs and have people plant, farm, attack, all that kind of stuff. But this is what I start with first. I think it is so important, especially renting, turning this into a rentable room. All you do is click that check box and then you can adjust the markup price. Don't do it too high because people will actually start to attack you more and you won't be able to have good trade value when you are talking with the travelers. So that's everything for today. Hope it was a little informative and I can't wait to see you again.